Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I think it will be very difficult to speak after this fantastic speech, but I will try to do my best. First of all, I would like to thank FERMA for inviting me to this forum. Thank you for inviting the Comunidad de Madrid to join the risk revolution. I want to welcome you to Madrid, to this fantastic weather in autumn. Hope you enjoy this fantastic city and this fantastic region. This event, which brings together risk management professionals, industry leaders, policymakers, and experts from around the world. I've been told that this is the first time you have even Latin American delegates, so I want to welcome as well our friends from Latin America. Provides an excellent opportunity to reflect on strategies, objectives, and perspectives for the short, medium, and long term. FERMA brings together 23 risk management associations in 23 European countries and represent over 5,600 professional risk managers active in a wide range of business sectors. The commitment of Madrid region is to foster policies centered on freedom, low taxes, and an open door to both domestic and international investment. We believe in the freedom of the private market and in the public-private collaboration, as this reduces regulatory risk and attracts investments and businesses to wish to come to Spain. We also strongly promote innovation, which is crucial for companies to launch and thrive. Our policies focus on spending efficiency and reducing bureaucracy, ensuring that the private sector can flourish. We deeply value the contribution of the private sector to our social development. In Madrid, we believe in the transformation power of people, which is why our model is based on offering freedom, trust, and security. The role of governments should not be to dictate the path that society must follow, but to facilitate that path. It is our responsibility to create the necessary regulatory framework to encourage investment, promote business creation, and generate employment, wealth, and opportunities to all. The IMF economic outlook for Spain has improved this year, with growth forecast being revised up to 2.8, driven primarily by exports. Alongside, public consumption exports have been key drivers of recent growth. However, we must remain vigilant to potential macroeconomic risk due to several key indicators. The IMF warns that much of Spain's growth has been driven by public spending, which has increased by 12% since 2019, while household consumption has only grown by 0.8 over the same period. While inflation rate has decreased to 2.3%, core inflation remains high at 2.7%, and although unemployment rate has declined, remains at 11.3%. Furthermore, the rapidly evolving risk landscape amid global progress poses a challenge for European economies. In this context, FERMA serves as a vital mechanism for managing this risk and, by extension, for improving productivity across the economy. Despite these indicators, Spain's current growth trajectory remains positive, largely thanks to the Madrid economy. Madrid is the economic engine of Spain, generating 1 out of every 5 euros in the country's GDP. Our GDP accounts for almost 20% of the Spanish GDP. Madrid economy grew by 2.9% in 23, 0.2 above the national average, and for 24, we expect a growth of 2.9, again 0.2 above the national average. Madrid is also leader in business creation, with 80 new companies per day. Nearly 1 in 4 new companies being established here. The region hosts 25% of Spain's top medium, high, and high-tech companies. The region is a magnet for foreign investments, attracting a total of 15.4 billion euros in foreign investments in 23. This accounts for 54.1% of the national total. Only In the second quarter 24, Madrid attracted 75% of the total investments that came to the country, 75%. The Madrid region also leads in job creation, generating 1 in 4 jobs in Spain over the past year. Since 2019, 260,000 new jobs have been created in the region, all of them in the private sector. The unemployment rate is at 8.5%, 3 points below the national average. Madrid has become the 4th largest financial hub in Europe, only behind London, Paris, and Frankfurt. With 18,000 companies, over 94,000 employees, and a world-class cybersecurity system, Madrid is ranked among the top 20 financial centers globally. In 23, venture capital in Madrid reached a record level with 1.2 billion euros raised, an increase of 9% compared with 22. Madrid has financing debt in capital markets for many years now. Thanks to our strong macro figures, I've mentioned before, our low debt to GDP ratio of 12.3% at the end of 23, and our policies to manage market and refinancing risk, we are the only region in Spain that shares the same ratings than the Kingdom of Spain for the 4 major rating agencies. We are now a very strong credit name for financial investors, and among them, insurance companies. Most of them attending this forum are part of our main investor base. As we will discuss during this forum, one of the most important challenges insurance companies are facing these days is how to manage environmental, social, and governance risk. In financial terms, this will mean that most of the investment departments of insurance companies will invest only in assets aligned with environmental and social principles. For us, instead of a problem, this is an opportunity to diversify our investor base and to avoid market volatility and get a more competitive funding cost. In this context, we were pioneers setting up a framework aligned with sociable principles, and we were the first Spanish region to issue sustainable bonds in 2017. Thanks to this ESG funding capacity, we are able to increase our funding program during COVID crisis, being the first Spanish issuer to issue social bonds linked to COVID expenses, and the first European region to receive a loan finance COVID expenses from a supranational bank. In 2020, we moved a step forward, being the first Spanish public administration to issue green bonds, and in 22, we made a great achievement, being one of the few European institutions that issue green bonds fully aligned with the European Union taxonomy. This has positioned our region as one of the most sophisticated issuers in the EE sector at the European level. Another relevant matter for us is the prevention of money laundering. In this regard, the Spanish system is led by a single authority, the Commission for the Prevention of Money Laundering, which carry out regulatory and sanctioning functions, and also financial supervision and intelligence, the latter through SEPLAC. This governance framework, unique among EU countries, fully aligned with the model proposed in the Advancing European project. Throughout its trajectory, SEPLAC has undergone continuous development and is currently structured as a highly qualified unit operating with fully autonomy and operational independence. This has been acknowledged by the Financial Action Task Force in the conclusions of its mutual evaluation report, awarding the highest rating to SEPLAC's use of financial intelligence. Madrid's success is not by chance. We're prepared and aware of the challenge ahead. After reviewing Mr. Draghi's report, my colleague has mentioned as well this report, we are even more convinced that we are on the right path, following the liberal policies we've been implementing for over 20 years in our region. Many of the aspects mentioned in this report are deeply ingrained in our DNA, embodied what we refer to as the Madrid model. These are the policies we've been implementing in our region for 20 years and they are aligned closely with those of Europe's leading economic powers. In the Draghi report published just 1 month ago, the former president of the European Central Bank expressed concern about Europe's future, its economic competitiveness, and the urgent need to strengthen its investments, research, and innovation capabilities. To achieve this, he highlights several key requirements, such as accelerating the development of European public policies, reducing over-regulation, and supporting private investments. At our government, we stand for business freedom, legal certainty, and the protection of institutions. We are committed to sound governance and strict control over public finances. Our economic policy is stable and fosters confidence. We are predictable and we promote low taxes. We do not impose new taxes because we understand that capital is mobile and will invest where conditions are most favorable. This is the best message we can send to investors. We will not raise taxes, especially not in an arbitrary manner to fulfill political obligations. On the contrary, we believe in taxes that encourage economic activity while allowing us to provide the best public services. But we don't stop there. We complement this fiscal policy with measures to liberalize economic activity, eliminating unnecessary barriers and facilitating entrepreneurship and business growth. This is what truly matters, making life easier for those who create jobs and generate wealth. We support these efforts with liberal policies, helping individuals start businesses and allowing foreign companies to establish themselves in Madrid. While we respect business freedom and avoid any interventional policies, believing that capital will invest where it sees fit. We have conducted a thorough analysis to identify our region's comparative advantages, pinpointing strategic sectors for investments and determining which countries should be the most interested in Madrid region. In conjunction with our liberal policies, we boast a highly competitive educational system that supports the growth of businesses established in our region. Madrid is home to some of the most prestigious universities and business schools in the world. Furthermore, we have a vast vocational training system that is increasingly chosen by young people each day. I welcome young delegates participating in the forum. We recognize that talent is a vital asset for companies and investors seeking new opportunities, especially in the industrial sector, which faces numerous challenges in Madrid, Spain, and Europe today. Our support for high-value added industries aims to boost Madrid's industrial base and foster a more competitive, innovative, specialized, and international business network. As you can see, these data points and the public policies we are implementing reinforce the message that Madrid is the place where things happen. We'll continue working tirelessly to ensure that it remains so. Our goal is to stay at the national forefront, attracting talent, businesses, and individuals who wish to establish their life projects in Madrid in a climate of freedom and generating wealth and employment. In conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude once again to FERMA. Congratulations, because I've been told you have achieved a record level of delegates, 3,000 delegates. So my really congratulations to you for your kind invitation and to all of you for your participation in this great event. As you can see, Madrid is a vibrant and dynamic region with a strong economy and public policies designed to facilitate operation for companies and investors. We are committed to continue our efforts to make Madrid synonymous with freedom, prosperity, and opportunities to everyone. Thank you so much for your attention.